A cardboard box on a lonely road. Inside, the lifeless body of a little boy. No name, no parents, no answers. Just silence that would haunt America for more than 60 years. It was February 25th, 1957. A bitterly cold afternoon in Fox Chase, Philadelphia. The roads were empty, the wind whistled through bare branches, and the gray sky hung low like a curtain of ash. A man was walking along Susquehanna Road, scanning the brush for rabbits when his eyes caught something strange. A cardboard box, weather-stained, sitting among the weeds. Abandoned, out of place. The man pulled out a coin from his pocket, walked closer, and realized this wasn't just trash. Something heavy lay inside. He hesitated, then reached for the phone at a nearby house and dialed the numbers that change everything. 911. There's an abandoned box out here, he told the operator, his voice unsteady. The police dispatcher asked, "Sir, what's inside the box?" The man swallowed hard. I don't know. Let me open it." The flaps tore back, and in that moment the world seemed to stop. Inside, wrapped in a cheap plaid blanket, was a boy, naked, bruised, lifeless. His small frame crumpled into the cardboard as though he had been thrown away like garbage. "Oh my God," the man whispered, dropping the box as if it burned his hands. Within minutes, police cars arrived, sirens cutting through the icy silence. Officers stood in disbelief as they stared at the tiny corpse. Hardened men, used to violence, death, and crime, felt their stomachs turn. One officer later said he would never forget the sight. The child was 3 to 4 years old. His ribs stuck out from malnutrition. His hair had been chopped roughly, clumps still clinging to his skin. His fingernails and toenails had been trimmed short. His small hands and feet were wrinkled, pruned, as if he had been bathed right before being stuffed into that box. The body carried bruises, cuts, and scars. His skull bore the mark of a violent blow. One officer whispered to another, "Someone cleaned him. Someone tried to erase the crime." Philadelphia police swarmed the area, combing the woods for evidence. They photographed the box, the blanket, every twig and leaf. Flyers were printed overnight, thousands plastered on poles, stuffed into mailboxes, even slipped into utility bills. The city woke to the nightmare. A boy, no name, no family, no one stepping forward. The press named him the boy in the box. Detectives could not sleep. They carried the boy's photograph in their pockets, staring at it between meals, convinced someone would recognize him. Autopsy reports revealed haunting details. He was severely underweight. His body bore scars from medical treatments or abuse. His hair had been crudely hacked away, perhaps to disguise his identity. One detective said, "It was like looking at a child who had never been loved." The box itself had once contained a bassinet sold by a local department store. The blanket was traced, too. Both led police to countless homes, but never to the right one. Door to door, investigators begged for answers. Hospitals were checked. Orphanages searched. Missing children lists compared. Yet no one knew him. No one admitted missing a boy. It was as if Joseph had never existed. Over the years, police chased theories like shadows. One woman claimed she had lived in a house where the boy was beaten and killed. Another swore he had been a foster child. Tips poured in, each promising truth but dissolving under scrutiny. Every time detectives thought they had the killer in sight, the trail grew cold. In July 1957, the boy was finally laid to rest. A small white coffin, a simple grave marker, "Heavenly Father, bless this unknown boy." Police officers, hardened men of the badge, carried his casket with trembling hands. Reporters described tears streaming down their faces. Though buried, he was not forgotten. The case file grew year after year, filling shelves, haunting every detective who touched it. Decades passed. New detectives inherited the case. His face appeared in newspapers, books, even on television crime shows. But still, no identity, no justice. They called him America's unknown child. His grave became a shrine. Strangers left flowers, toys, and prayers. Mothers who had lost children came to sit beside him, whispering lullabies to a boy they never knew. And then, in 2022, more than 65 years after his death, technology spoke where silence had endured. Forensic genealogy, DNA mapping, finally unlocked his identity. The child in the box had a name, Joseph Augustus Sorelli, born January 13, 1953, dead at just 4 years old. After decades in a nameless grave, Joseph's true name was carved into stone. But though the mystery of who he was had been solved, the horror of who killed him remains. Investigators traced Joseph's bloodline. His parents were Augustus Sorelli and Mary Elizabeth Abel, but his family tree revealed a history of dysfunction, silence, and secrets. Joseph lived a short life of suffering, and though police now knew his name, the people who might have ended his life were long gone. No arrest, no trial, no confession. Who killed Joseph? His parents? A relative? A stranger? Today, Joseph rests in Ivy Hill Cemetery, beneath a headstone finally bearing his name. His grave is adorned with flowers, toys, and notes from strangers. Yet the box remains a symbol, a reminder that monsters often wear familiar faces, and that the greatest horrors are not found in ghost stories, but in the cruelty of the human heart. February 25, 1957. A box in the weeds. A boy inside. He was nameless for 65 years. But now we know. Joseph Augustus Sorelli. A boy who should have been loved, but instead was thrown away. His silence became a scream that echoes through history. A scream that still waits for justice.